Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients, smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
What's going on, fam? This is Jay Cameron inviting you to join us in Ethiopia next March 2025. And this is going to be an iconic trip that you don't want to miss, a trip of a lifetime. We're going to be visiting Addis Ababa, Gondor, Lalibela. You'll have a chance to taste the amazing Ethiopian food. You'll also have a chance to visit the Rastafarian community. You'll get the history, you'll get the fashion, you have an opportunity to shop. It's going to be a trip, an experience of a lifetime. So make sure you sign up to join us in Ethiopia, March 2025.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. We are here. We are here. It is Tuesday, August the 13th, and I hope everything is going good for everybody today. How many of y'all deal with, I'm thinking about coming out with something like this eventually. Certain times of year, you deal with your lips just dry. I'm like, man, like to the point like your lips crack or whatever. You have to put some moisturizer on there. I need to come out with my own moisturizer because that stuff is important. If any of y'all deal with that. But hope everybody's doing good today. Hope everybody's doing good. All right. So tonight, we're going to talk about, definitely the subject matter that we have on the screen here. But a few things. Number one, the Ethiopia trip that we have been advertising here is completely sold out. It's sold out. So definitely we're happy about that. But because of the emails I've been receiving as of late about the trip, I have we prodded and say, okay, can we get a few more people in just in case? So 4 spots, even though it's sold out, it's completely sold out. 4 spots have been just opened up, even though it's sold out. Go ahead and jump on them because it may not be there long, or they can say, you know what, we good. So jump on the ASAP. These 4 spots I'm talking about, we are sold out, so we could just quit talking about it, actually. But for the people that keep sending me emails, want information, things like that, there are 4 spots that we kind of twisted their arm to let us get 4 more people on. And just depend on the situation, maybe we can get more than that. But as of now, we are sold out. So, but 4 more people can join. 4 more people can join. All right, that's that. Number 2, the African Diaspora News Channel app. So now we got back to school. Some people started school, this week, Some people started last week. I know my little girl, she starts tomorrow. So school is back to school. And with back to school, we have been discussing about doing a promotion on the app for the 1 year membership. You can go yearly. Well, now you can get it for 50% off only during the back to school time. This back to school event is going to last only 30 days. So if you say, man, I want to get the app, well, this is a perfect time to get a year for 50% off. All you have to do is when you download the app, hit create account and select yearly. And there's a section where you can put a coupon code. Well, the coupon code is MyNews50. I also posted that in the pinned comment in the chat, MyNews50. And this is something else that I want to do. Thinking about today. Once you do that, then do me a favor. Once you get it, get a good screenshot to show you paid, and save that screenshot. Then go to the contact tab on the website, and you can post that picture. Say, hey, I joined. Here's the proof of that because I need to see the email that you have to go verify your membership. And when we verify that, then send me your YouTube channel, not your YouTube screen name. That don't help, and I'm not going to go searching for nobody. You got to send us your YouTube channel link, like the http youtube.com/whatever's at the top. Get that. Also put that in that contact tab. Why? Because you getting this membership, so I want to make sure you have access also to chat here in the member section. So make sure you send me that. Without that, I can't really do nothing. I don't have time to try to search because you got people that got 1,000 different screen names, but with your link is individual to you. So if you paid and for the year, even if you already paid for the year, send me that screenshot that we can verify that and your YouTube channel link, and then we can get you in here on this chat. Because I've had questions like, well, I joined the app, but then also I like to chat on the live streams, and I'm with you. I get it. So do that for me. That's the procedure you're gonna have to do for that. So jump on that ASAP. 30 days go real quick. Trust me, I know. And you can get in with this event at 50% off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's go ahead on and get to. Oh, I forgot to do something here. Let's go ahead and get to our devotional for tonight. And we'll be talking about a military veteran here. Just give me a second. I got to share this. Let me do this devotion real quick so I can work on that. Let's go on your I guess we'll do your vice president today.
We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
And I'm wondering what the United States is going to do more specifically to set up a permanent infrastructure. And relatedly, is the United States willing to make a specific allocation for Ukrainian refugees? And for President Duda, I wanted to know if you think, and if you asked the United States to specifically accept more refugees.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Okay, I can first. Okay.
This is just an extraordinary testament to the importance of having a president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy and strengthening alliances. This is an incredible day.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah. I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. It possibly could be your president, Kamala Harris. And so I always say, be prepared for either person that's going to come into office. Whatever you're thinking, always be prepared, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, class is in session. Class in session. Make sure you get your pens and paper, class. Make sure you take notes. If you need to take notes, rewind something, remember timestamps and all of that, because we are going to have class for a little while tonight. So we're going to talk about, a military veteran that served this country within our community. Black Americans have been the most patriotic people in America. We have fought in every conflict, every war. All these newcomers that came in here have not invested their lives into this country like Black Americans. We are the genesis of this country. That this country was not in existence until Black Americans built the country. And that is just a, historical fact, an accurate fact. And that's what makes us totally different than others who are, Johnny-come-latelys. And the issue that we're having, or just the country itself, is that our veterans, no matter what veteran out there, isn't treated with respect in America. Our veterans are homeless. Our veterans aren't getting, the care they need at times medically. Our veterans are going through it. They risk their lives for the United States of America. This country put them in harm's way. Those soldiers did not just go out there to be doing the things they were doing. Some soldiers lost their lives, or some of them are maimed to, where they permanently disabled. They have honorably served this country. And unfortunately, this country is not honorable to them for fighting for the country. Now, right now, we know under the Biden-Harris administration, they've had a policy, clearly a policy of, open borders, and not just open borders and let them come in and get a job. That would be one thing. But coming into the country and not only coming in, but they're being placed in hotels that me and you could never be placed in for free. I mean, it would be nice if I can go stay in a hotel for free if I go to New York or any other city, right? Or Chicago. It'd be nice if me and you can go get free food, everything free, handed to us. It would be nice if people like me and you could have secret job fairs. That would be nice, right? That we can get a job fair, but, if we ask to do something specifically for Black Americans, we're told no. You understand? So I want you to listen to this brother that's a military veteran and listen to his reaction about the food stamps and all the money that Migrants is receiving versus him being the United States military veteran. And I want you to think about this and pay attention to what the brothers say and pay attention to his reaction to everything. So let's go ahead on and get this queued up so we can see, it's just sad. It's utterly sad, this particular video. But let's kick it up.
A migrant, an immigrant, left a receipt in the store. And you know how I got the food stamp remaining balance at the bottom of the receipt, right? $13,500 with a $5,000 cash, Larry. Okay? Migrant, somebody that's not from this country. Now, you are a veteran, and you've also served this country, correct?
Correct.
Now, tell these people, after I just said they left the receipt with a $13,000 food stamp balance. Tell these people, as a veteran that served this country, right? Tell them how much food stamps you get in a month.
$23. $23.
23, not 2,300.
$23.
Not 230. How much you getting in food stamps a month?
$23 a month.
$23 versus a person that's not even from this country versus a person that did not serve this country. $13,000 they said it was on that receipt.
$23.
And you fighting to get your what?
100.
Your 100% from the VA.
From the VA.
He can't even get it. Fight. America, you should be ashamed of your goddamn self.
100%.
You should be ashamed of yourself. See if Kamala gonna fix that. Here this man is a veteran, fighting for his 100%. He done fought for this country, and he get $23 worth of food stamps every month. And then they done found a seat of an immigrant, a migrant, getting $13,000 a month, Larry. Not every 5 months, not every year, a month. Is it not a slap in the face?
Slap me in the face. But that's sad. Fighting for this country ain't even worth it.
Nope, it's not.
No.
You got it? Roll with it.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that video in itself was very, very sad to see. That was sad. It was sad because that brother served this country. And do you know, like right now, why do you think the military is having a hard time recruiting right now? Why do you think that? Why do you think they was kind of mentioning, the draft? Why do you think that? It's because when people look at veterans like this brother here, and they look at how veterans are being treated in this country, they're like, well, why am I going to be a part of that? I don't want that to be me. I don't want to come back here broken or sick or permanently disabled, and I'm just treated like trash. But then you look across who's coming across the border, and they're literally getting the VIP treatment, literally. So much so, they are committing heinous crimes now. I just seen a story where these Venezuelan migrants had violated a woman that's homeless out there. One of them held the homeless lady boyfriend down. He was homeless too. And while the other one was violating the homeless lady, right? Then come to find out this same migrant a year prior assaulted someone else. And he was not deported, not anything. He was not. Okay? So our veterans are treated like crap. I mean, we almost were halfway in August. It won't be long for the winter months start coming, especially like, areas like Chicago that gets brutally cold, or like your northern states, New York, brutally cold. And you got homeless people who's out on the street. A lot of them are our veterans, but yet people who did not fight for this country are getting the royal treatment. Now, let's talk about the election here for a minute. At one point in time, that would have been a problem in this country because everybody kind of respected the military a little bit more. But now they really don't have a lot of respect for the soldiers and things like that, because they have been desensitized to. It's like patriotism isn't where it used to be. I will say that. It's definitely went down since I was a kid. That's for sure. Because, it used to be, even when I was a kid, it was honorable to be in the military. Say, oh, man, you in the military, they used to be like, hey, if you get in trouble, go to the military. The military going to straighten him out or whatever. You can't find no work or nothing. Matter of fact, black parents used to say that. Boy, if you can't find no work or nothing, you go into the Army. And you going to learn some skills in the Army. They going to get you straight. And then you better come out. You go to school off the government, the GI Bill and all that. And then you after you do your time, you may like it. And some people do like it. And then some people, they do their time and they get out. But that used to be the place like a lot of people would send their kids, especially like 18, 19. Like, boy, you're not sitting in my house. Oh, no. So let me go ahead on and if you're not going to do nothing, let me go ahead and take you down there to the recruiter. And you going. And it wouldn't be no mouth about, I ain't going nowhere and this and that and the third. You say, well, you getting out of here. So you either go to the military or I don't know what you're going to do. So a lot of them would opt to go to the military. You know what I'm saying? I remember my grandfather, he served in the military. He was World War II. And I just saw read a whole thing about the Harlem Hellfighters and how the Harlem Hellfighters in World War II stopped the Germans from getting to a particular place, that they needed to advance to. And these brothers, when they ran out of ammo, they said they started using their bayonets. And then when that stopped, then they used their rifles like clubs. And after that, they was using their fists. and they pushed back the Germans all by themselves. There's so many different stories that's out there about our great heroic brothers, that fought in World War II, World War I, Vietnam. It's a lot of heroic brothers that fought. And truth be told, the reason why the civil rights movement was so popping is because a lot of them brothers came back from Vietnam and back home, and they had all them fighting skills. And so when it was time to get down, them brothers wasn't taking it. To be honest with you, it wasn't Martin Luther King and them doing that. It was them brothers that was coming back from war back here. And they're like, oh, hell no. I sit up here going to fight for y'all in all these different conflicts, Korea, Vietnam, all that. And then I got to come back here and deal with this. That's what a lot of them brothers and some sisters too came back from. They came back from fighting. You understand what I'm saying? So with this election coming up, of course, I can't tell you exactly who to vote for because that's not what I do. Just like I was asked about the South Africa elections. I was like, well, who do you think I should vote for? That's not my job to tell you who to vote for. All thing I can do is present information and you can make a decision. Now, I can just say what I may not do for whatever the reason, but at the end of the day, you should make your own decision. But I'm just saying that for me, my opinion, I can't really go with anybody who's promoting, well, we need to add 15 to 20 more million people when we have a housing crisis in this country. We have a housing crisis. American citizens can't even buy a home because rent is too high. Rent is choking them out, okay? So if rent is choking out the American citizen, what are you doing with all these people that's coming in? Oh, you're putting them in hotels. Then they just did an audit in New York. I don't know if y'all saw this. And maybe if y'all want to know about that audit, we can cover it. But they did an audit where New York City was paying a hotel $1.5 million for vacant rooms. The food service company that was giving food to the migrants, they paid them every month $500,000 more than what they should have. I mean, it was just all kind of, basically it was fraud that was going on with these companies that was contracted out for these migrants. Straight fraud. Hotels, that's fraud. You know good and well that them hotel rooms was empty and you still charging the city $1.5 million? That's straight fraud. But let American citizen commit any kind of fraud. They got a prison waiting for your behind. They got a prison for you. You got people going to jail from $30,000 PPP loans. I would say make them pay it back. That's what I would say, and say, hey, if you don't make these payments, okay, then you gonna go like that. But recovering the money would be the thing to do. That's why I think. But America believes in the prison industrial complex. Native American society, African societies, Asian society, Arab societies, they didn't do mass incarceration. They didn't do that. Their thing was capital punishment. You understand? And I'll never forget a Native American man I talked to a few years ago when I went to the Million Man March. He was straight Native American, red Native American, a real one, not a $5 one. And he told me that the way they handle, dudes, if they decide to, one of them violate a woman, he said, we would do with those kind of guys. He said, we'll put them out in the desert. He said they had them big ants. And he said, we'll put them in the desert. He said, we'll tie them down to the ground, have them, stripped. He said, and pour honey on a area and leave them there. And saying them ants handle it. And I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, I was floored, right? I was floored. I said, man, that's what they need to do people today. Like, you start hearing about how they used to handle their societies. They didn't have no mass incarceration. That mass incarceration stuff came with that European. That other groups didn't do that. It was just capital punishment. Or still today in some of the Arab world, they gonna chop a limb or something. They ain't playing with you. That's why you go to a place like Dubai or whatever, people are not gonna be committing no crimes. Oh, no. Because people know it's going to be hell to pay if you commit some crime over there. But if you notice, they got all these prisons and all this mass incarceration, and they still got crime. You understand what I'm saying? I can tell y'all some stories about people the Zulus told me when in South Africa how they used to handle their criminals. That was the worst one out of all of them. So what the Zulus used to do is if somebody, stole or did something bad, he said what they would do is he pointed to some trees they had out there. He said we'll cut the trees where it'd be like this with a point on it, like a point. That's what they'll do. And so he said what they'll do to your behind is they will get you up on that tree and just sit you there and tie like these weights to you. And he's saying with time, what happens? Gravity, the weights. He said it goes up where it's gonna go up, and it comes all the way up to here. And I was like, oh shoot. Hey, that's how the Zulus handled it. I like, bruh, they need to bring that back. I say some of these people today, like, forget that jail. I say that jail ain't doing nothing. With all that jail, you got that Fleece Johnson stuff going on with jail. Yeah, ouch. Ouch is for real, for real. So that mass incarceration is meant for slavery purposes and all kind of filth that the European want to continue in the earth. But veterans aren't respected at all, aren't treated right at all. And so if veterans are still homeless, or just even brothers and sisters who get in trouble, financial trouble is very easy to get into in America. Most Americans are one paycheck away from homelessness. The question I have is, and listen, and I'm telling y'all what I've done. I told Kellen, I reached out to third parties. I want him to reach out to Democrats. I want to reach out to Republicans. And I want all three. I'm reaching out to see if they would like to come on, and I would like to ask questions, of every party about what would you do about these issues like this, homelessness, the immigration issue. What are you going to do? Yes, I want to talk to Democrats too. I'm gonna put it out there. Yes, I want to talk to Democrats. I'm not against talking to Democrats. I'm independent. I want to talk to Democrats. Believe it or not, I've met some Democrats that's own it, that really understand it. And they vote Democrat, but, they just, they vote Democrat, but they agree more probably with some things that I'm saying. They don't agree with everything they party do. I've met some Republicans, same way, black ones, that feel that like I feel on a lot of issues. Like, for instance, Shirley Hussar, may she rest in power. She used to, because I used to think that all black, I'm telling you how I used to think, because I grew up Democrat, right? If anybody was a black Republican, you had to be a sellout. You were just a sellout, and that's what you were. And so I remember the first time that she had reached out to me years ago, and I'm like, you a Republican? That was the first mindset I had. I mean, hey, I've progressed since time. I've learned more. And she's like, yeah, but I care about black people. He said, I really care about black people. We need to be free. We need reparations. I said, a black Republican talking about reparations? I said, that's interesting. So that kind of piqued my interest with her as she got to talk and say, you know what? How about this? Let's go to Politicon in 2018. Let's go to Politicon and I'll show you some different people, whatever, because I'm a delegate out here for the Republican Party in California, and I'll just kind of show you around and so I said, okay. So I was intrigued by that because I just never heard of a black person being a delegate or in Republican. I always heard that in Democrat circles. So we all went, Kellen, Sharif, we all went to Politicon. It was a pretty good, event. I think if you saw the video while I interviewed Jesse Lee Peterson inside that event, that was actually that year. And so I got to kind of watch it and see what was going on and all of that, and just kind of how everybody, got down. I said, wait a minute, not everybody around here, selling out. Now I saw a few that was out there on that, but everybody really wasn't. That I thought, I just really thought that everybody was part of that party. That's what they were. So I said, okay, well, some of y'all, I say, look, and that's when I said, if you care about black people, then I rock with you. I don't care about, that's why I kind of got away from that party thinking. Is that, why should we be against other black people? No matter what party they're a part of, whether they're not a part of, or do they care about black people? Listen, if you are a Democrat and you care about getting black people free, hey, I'm with you. If you're a Republican and you care about getting black people free, I'm with you. It don't matter to me if Democrats in California, they gonna fight for black people and all of that. Like when Sister Camilla Moore came on here, I know that's her political leanings is Democrat, but hey, she's talking about reparations for black people. I don't care about nobody's party. Vote how you want. I just care about you fighting for black people. That's it. But if you're a Democrat, I'm going to ask questions. Just like I asked them Republican brothers I talked to recently about some of the things they said on the right as well and why I can't get down with some of it. Prime example, let's talk about Trump. Let's talk about Trump for a minute. Trump said something so stupid the other night. He said something stupid, very, very stupid. And I'm like, if Trump keep talking like this, Kamala gonna be the president. So he was on the stream the other night with Elon Musk, and he had said something. I don't know. I tuned into it, and he mentioned one thing that perked my ear was we're gonna look at getting rid of the Department of Education. I said, huh? I said, first of all, when I heard him say that, there's no mass call in the country to get rid of the Department of Education. That's number one. Number two, most states, there's no reason to do that because most states have their own education agency anyway, like in Texas, the Texas Education Agency. They're over all the schools in Texas. They are. The Department of Education and all of that, they just make sure that all to get certain federal dollars, you got to follow certain laws and rules and things like that. Just like when you have your FAFSA and all that, that's through the funding with the Department of Education. So I don't hear nobody saying to get rid of the Department of Education. At the same time, now I'm going to bring it to Project 2025. Now I'm going to talk about it. That was one of the tenets in Project 2025. And so when one minute you're saying you had nothing to do with it and you don't have that on your website, because I checked to make sure it was on your website, why you brought that up all of a sudden? Are you pandering or that's something you're trying to do? I'm just trying to figure that part out because that's not a popular thing. If Trump keeps touting that on top of that police thing he's saying, his behind not going to win. Now, I'm realistic about that. He won't win. Kamala will win. And then we'll be dealing with 4 years of Kamala Harris. And then let's speak about that. So you remember when we had 8 years of Obama? And remember all the hell we caught as black Americans because Obama was the president? They couldn't, bother him, but they gave us hell for 8 years, right? Well, you have these racists, on different media live streams, basically saying if Kamala becomes the president, it's going to be this. I say, look, we are not. Don't try it. This ain't the party. If you racists think if for some reason Kamala gets elected president, it is what it is. I live through whatever president I got. I got to manage, right? But if Kamala Harris become elected president, I don't know what y'all think y'all gonna do, but this ain't the UK, bruh. I know some of y'all trying to get inspired by the UK, and a lot of them black folks is staying inside and they're scared to move around because y'all in the street. We are not them UK black folk. You better understand. We got chairs and a lot more. Don't you think for a minute and get inspired by them in the UK, thinking we gonna stay in the house. We gonna be like, man, we coming outside. I wish you would. I wish you would. We are the I wish you would people. That's Black Americans' motto. I wish you would. Please do it. Please. And they know that. They know how Black Americans are. They probably will want to try that here in America, but we ain't gonna stay in the house. You're like, man, I'm coming outside. I'm on my porch waiting for you. Come on with it. Like, I've been seeing way too many UK black people scared. I've been seeing, look, I don't know. Y'all better get some inspiration from Black America. But see, this what happens. When we not around places, see, if we was there, it wouldn't be like that. Oh, no. Staying in the house? No. Well, Maddie, I can only go so far on here what I would like to say. You can say what you want in the chat, but I have to watch what I say. Understand that in the position I'm in. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Black Americans would not be staying in the house scared of them. No, that ain't happening. I don't know why y'all up there scared of them people. What they gonna do? If y'all actually work together and say, hey, I'm going to defend myself, I'm going to work, I'm coming outside, and I dare you to roll up on me. And y'all know what else is happening? Just like here in America, when they be doing certain things, the police over there in the UK, they're not stopping them dudes, what they're doing. Just like here, because they agree with it. They agree with it. Because they don't supposed to be running around doing the things they're doing, terrorizing, bullying people and all of that. I mean, they are really doing some racist stuff out there. But I just want to warn the ones over here, don't get no ideas. Thank you for joining us, Trill Team 6. Because if Vice President Kamala Harris become president of the United States, because like I said, even if you just leave it where it is, it's not going to be a slam dunk for Trump or for her either. It's going to be one of them at the wire type of things, and we don't know, one of them could get it. But if Trump keeps saying stupid stuff like that, or Trump keep crashing out like he's doing about her instead of focusing on the policies that he could win on, he gonna literally give her the election. And then what? You gonna say she stole it? No, I can't. You can't. No, you can't say she stole it. Now that you ran off the mouth. Matter of fact, Republican donors right now are like telling him, hey, bruh, chill out with that. You said enough. Get back to the policies. Let's get this debate going here in a few days, next month. Let's get refocused, man, because you're doing too much. You're going to turn off voters because voters, even if they like you, they don't want to hear all that. They just don't. So, yeah, Trump need to act his age and then not his shoe size right now. It's the bottom line. You say Phil will encourage you to talk to those who are black. Okay, well, you know what? It's like this. You said black anarchists. No. Because why? Why? If you believe in that, then you probably just leave America. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you think no country on earth is going to allow anarchy, no matter, choose a country, they're not going to allow that. That is counterproductive to society. And you know good and well, most people that talk like that not gonna bust a grape. They really not. Now, if you want to show something to me, why don't you be a person and say, you know what, I'm gonna get some land. There's a lot of land in America, and I'm gonna go live off the grid over here on my land. You could do that. America has a lot of land for that. They got some black people that do that. They live off the grid. They've gotten out of the big city. I've seen some black families that move way up there to Montana, of all places, right? You don't know black people be in Montana like that. I think I've seen a family on TikTok with that. They got out the big city, and they say it's cheaper up here. It gets cold, but it's cheaper. I got more land, I got whatever, and I'm just chilling, right? What Kanye had this ranch, in Wyoming or whatever. So black folks, some of them want to get out the city. Be honest with you, if you get out these cities and you get away from the cities, the big cities, a lot of problems kind of, get a little smaller for you. It's just like that center of the city causes so much issues and problems, right? But when it comes to our veterans in this country and the migrant crisis, is that the migrants are being prioritized. How, and what I would ask a Democrat, and I'm not talking about a shield, I'm talking about an intelligent Democrat, how can we vote for Vice President Kamala Harris when her policy is immigration? Because she keeps repeating it. More immigration is not going to solve the problem when we got so many problems right now. Actually, if you bring more people in, then that is causing more of a problem because you're taking resources from the people that's already here. You actually need to put a pause on that, and actually people that don't belong here, like these criminals that's committing crimes, they need to be the first one out of here today. And because you have less people on the power grid, less people looking for food. I mean, we don't have an infinite amount of resources. So why is the Democrat Party prioritizing immigration instead of prioritizing the American people? That's the question. That's the question that I would ask any Democrat that I would interview or talk to. Because I just have to understand the mindset about immigration. Why do you want people to keep coming here when American citizens are going through it right now? Why? What is it the benefit of the average American citizen for them to keep coming here? It's no benefit. And no other country in the world gives that. Gives money, gives hotels. Nobody does that. Nobody. And every country that you keep doing that to, the citizens, this is the thing. They bring them in, then get mad at the citizens for saying something and want to say you guys believe in xenophobia. You're xenophobic. Oh, you don't like immigrants. That's not even the case. Nobody is xenophobic. Nobody's saying they don't like people in poor conditions. But doggone it, you got to take care of home first. If you do not take care of home first, then what are you doing? You have to take care of your house first. America needs to take care of America first. Then after you take care of America first, and you got abundance and surplus, you got so much, and everybody got so much, then you can lend a helping hand to somebody else. But you don't leave your house undone, but trying to fix everybody else's house. That's what I would ask the Democrat Party. I will also ask the Democrat Party, anybody, I'll say, where's the priorities for Black Americans? Like, what are the policies? Because Black Americans are suffering in this country with the inflation. Black Americans are suffering with the interest rates. Black Americans can't even buy a home. Listen, the amount of rent now is the price of a mortgage. What is Democrats, if they get back in office, what are you going to do about getting these insurance prices down? Insurance is the price of car notes now. What are you going to do about the price of medical insurance? Things are too high. How are you going to help out Black Americans when you know if the white man catch a cold, Black people catch pneumonia? That is a fact. And Black folks been having pneumonia for a long time. So what are you going to do to fix that as a Democrat Party? What have you been doing for the past 3.5 years? What have you been doing? Those are the questions that Democrats have to answer. And the answer isn't, well, at least I'm not like Trump, though. That's not an answer. Well, what you think Trump going to do? I don't care what Trump is going to do. I'm asking the Democrats, what are you going to do? Why should we trust you after we have given you as a country 3.5 years? Why should we trust the person that was in the White House with Joe Biden? Why? Why should we say, okay, go from him to her for 4 years? Why? Then some of the policies she's just saying, she believes in raising taxes to rates that's just unheard of. Capital gains tax, and those who get have capital gains tax or whatever, it's like 20%. But she wants it to go to a regular tax rate. I mean, like all these taxes that she wants out here, just tax. I mean, do you know at least the Europeans, the reason why they left underneath the king is because of taxes? It was horrible with the taxes, and a lot of them left. And now y'all literally reverting back to history and just want tax. I believe personally in a flat tax. I like a flat. Once I sort of and read up on the flat tax system. Well, in other words, what I mean by flat tax is that everything you buy, you pay a flat tax, a federal tax. Just like in your state right now, you got a sales tax. On everything you buy is a sales tax. The Arizona Joker, thank you for joining us. So you got a sales tax, right? Everything you buy has a sales tax. Nobody escapes the sales tax. Nobody. But if you look at the current system right now, people like Walmart, Amazon, big corporations like that don't have to pay no taxes. They don't pay nothing. Well, if they had to pay a flat tax on every single thing that they bought, they sold, whatever the case may be, a flat tax, then none of these people can get away with it. You wouldn't have a need for the IRS at all because everything would be on a flat tax. And then some people say, well, a flat tax is going to hurt the poor. The poor is getting sales tax every day. What are you talking about? When the poor go to pump gas, you getting state tax and federal tax on your gas. If they suspend the federal tax and the state tax, the gas prices will drop. If you knew that, right? You can look up what the federal tax is on average on gas. Let me glance at what it is, a federal tax on gas. Let me see. Hold on. Federal tax on gas. Gasoline 2024. Gasoline, it's 18.4 cents per gallon right now. So 18.4 cents per gallon is the tax that comes from the federal government. Every gallon you pump, you're paying that. Then on top of that, you got a state tax, and that varies from state to state. So my state of Texas, for instance, let me tell y'all what it is in Texas. Every state is different. Let me see. Okay. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Tax on gas per gallon. I think theirs is 20 cents. It's 20 cents. So in Texas, 18.4 is federal, 20 cents is Texas. So 38.4 cents of the gas price in Texas is between federal and state. So every time you're paying a tax. So that's like a flat tax. You're not having to go claim all your gas. I'm talking about just regular people. Claim all your gas so you can report about those taxes. No, it's a flat tax. And if we had a flat tax system, nobody can escape the tax. So nobody can really cheat. That's how I look at it. Yeah, you say California gas is the worst. I'm curious about what they charging y'all on tax every day. Y'all gas is ridiculous. Let me see what that is on y'all state. Oh wow, the California gas tax is 69.8 cents per gallon as of July 1, 2024, which is the highest in the country. My God. So the 69.8 that y'all paying, hold on, 69.8 plus the 18.4 from the government, y'all pay 88.2 cents a gallon is whatever your gas price is in California right now. If you deduct 88.2 cents, that's what your gas price should be. So it's not even the federal government that's taxing y'all. My God, California. Jesus Christ. Almost 70 cents? How do y'all not know? And most people don't even know that. And that's a simple Google search to find out how much tax. But okay, that's ridiculous. I'll take my 20 cents from Texas all day long. I'll take that. But my God. Jesus Christ. How? And you wonder why people are having a hard time in California. You wonder why a lot of times our people are leaving California. You wonder why. That's those policies by a supermajority of the Democrat Party. So even in California, you should go ask them, how do you justify 69 hold on, let me go back to it. How do you justify 69.8 cents per gallon on state tax for gas? How do you justify that? Y'all should be pulling up on your Democrat politicians and asking that question. At least put it like Texas, 20 cents. That will give y'all some relief at the pump. It's just, you say Hawaii, oh yeah, I know Hawaii is suffering. And them native Hawaiians over there, they like, can y'all please stop coming out here? Man, y'all just making it worse. Them poor people out there. And that's another thing. They want to run them poor people off their land. They want to run them off their land. They want to get them off of their land, and they want Hawaii to be like a luxury paradise for the rich, just like California. When they want California, they want that whole state to be a luxury paradise for the rich. That's why I think purposely they're making things so high. So, working class people, low income people can't afford to stay there, so they have to go leave. Because that's done on purpose. How is it a house that will be in Texas $200,000, $250,000, but in California it's $1 million? Same house. That doesn't justify anything. It doesn't justify it. Now, some people say, well, how does the immigrants, how do they do it? They stay in high California. The immigrants are staying 4 or 5 families to a house. The immigrants are getting together and saying, okay, well, the house note is this. Okay, well, we're going to put in this here. You going to pay the light bill, or I'll pay the gas bill. I'll pay this, I'll pay that. They immigrant men and women are working. So all these people are working in one household, and that's how they making it. Be honest with you. At one point in time in our community, we used to do that too. We used to. Number two about immigrants, they believe in marriage a lot more. So when you have marriage, two is better than one. Unfortunately, in our community, we don't believe in marriage like we used to. If you go back and look at our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, our great-grandfathers, they were married 40 and 50 years. You got, we consume music that's anti-family. When you listen to music, thank you, 2 Block, when you are listening to music that's anti-family, having songs that say F a wedding ring, and it's not even coming from men. That's the thing. I don't even hear men make music like that, but you have females like Sexy Red making music, saying things like this, having influence, and you would think somebody like Sexy Red would be listened to. But what would always it mind boggles me. You can have a woman who's a doctor, internal medicine. She could be a lawyer. She could be something, and they have those very, very professional jobs. But they want to on the weekend be just as ratchet as a Sexy Red. I never understood that. It never matched with me. You would think, okay, you that intelligent type, then you would be, maybe you probably be listening. You like hip hop, but not that. Or maybe you be the neo soul R&B types, right? I never understood that. Never understood it. And that'd be the same ones, those professional women defending that woman when you're trying to hold her accountable for the stuff the trash she puts out in the black community. Well, anyway, so promiscuity, whoredom, and all of that, drug use, all of that is, things that's promoted. Well, they use the music to promote this. Like, for instance, getting married isn't a status symbol anymore or a cool thing to do. Now, a lot of women still want to get married, don't get me wrong, and they want, but I notice they want more of a ceremony than actual commitment. So the men not really getting married, black men, rate is 29%, very, very low for black men. You can't make it without families. You can't. So that's where the immigrants are basically got the advantage. They come in with their families like that. Oh, the mama, the daddy, the auntie, the husband, the wife. Ain't that 50-50 conversation. That's just a given. Everybody putting in. I talked about it on my podcast the other day. I was at the grocery store and I seen a bunch of landscapers, and it was the men and the women landscaping. And landscaping is hot in Texas. It is hot. But they woman is out there working with them, landscaping. They don't say what they ain't gonna do. They don't look down on the men and say those men are less than, because how you got me out here in this heat? You ain't a man and this and that. No, they roll their sleeves up and say, hey, this is a job we doing. Let's go ahead and knock this out. So we got to feed our family. And the issue is in our community, we need to get back to having that attitude. Hey, we got to work together. We got to roll our sleeves up. It ain't none of this me, myself, and I. It ain't none of this, I got to do this. I got to be outside. No, you need to try to build something. Because if let's say Vice President Kamala Harris becomes the president, let's say she is, I believe we'll be coming up on hard economic times. And I said this before and I'll say it again. Being single going to be a luxury eventually. I'll repeat that again, especially for a lot of women. Being single is going to be a luxury. In other words, if you can afford to be single. You know what I'm saying? If you can afford to. Because a lot of the young ladies are saying, I can't afford to get a place. They want 3 times the rent. Well, if you had a husband and a man that's about something, not just a man, but I'm talking about a man about something. If you had a man about something, both of y'all working together, you could easily afford at 3 times the rent. That's what the immigrants are doing. You say you're a New Jack Swing type of guy. Okay, yeah, today's music, let me tell you about today's music. Today's music to me is only good for the gym. You know, in the gym, you just got some tunes in your ear. And the thing is, it's not that, you still have a few artists out here that's still, good and you like to listen to. But a lot of music today, the producers are carrying the music. It's not the artist. FBA Ro, thank you for joining us. On the membership. Yeah, Jane says it's already rough. Yes, Jane, it is already rough. But it's going to get, if Vice President Kamala Harris gets in, I mean, I always say prepare for both people. Prepare for Vice President Kamala Harris presidency, prepare for Trump. Bottom line, prepare for both. That way, if she is elected, because that's a possibility, she could be elected. And it's going, oh boy, they're going to make so much of a fanfare about that. Lord Jesus, they're going to make a fanfare about that. Because she's being helped behind the scenes. I mean, I'm paying attention to what they're doing. So Obama and all Obama's people is in her campaign now. She's even dealing with Trump now, like Obama would deal with him. Like Obama won't even mention his name too much. She won't say much about him. Won't get back and forth. She's literally following Obama's playbook. The mainstream media, you can clearly see they want her just on the coverage. All the free coverage they giving her, all the articles, you can clearly see they want her. I mean, it's not that hard to figure that part out. But they wanted Hillary too in 2016. Oh, yes, they did. They didn't want Trump. Not at all. But prepare for both. But if she gets in, that time may come when being single could be a luxury because you remember during the pandemic, fellas, you can remember this. During that pandemic, some of the ladies that rejected some of you fellas out here. I'm talking about you decent, hardworking fellas. I'm not talking about a bum. I'm not talking about a criminal. But some of you decent, hardworking fellas that was maybe getting these ladies DMs and they ain't want to talk to you. Then during that pandemic, when things was shut down, they couldn't work them jobs they normally work. They're like, hey, brother, how you doing? That sort of thing. When it comes to natural disasters, pandemics, etc., you better have you a man. Your little girlfriend's not going to save you because they got to save themselves. See, that little single life stuff is all cool when it's good, but what happens when a pandemic happens? What happens when a natural disaster happens? You need a covering. You need a protection. See, God created it, whether you like it or not. God created it where man don't supposed to be alone because he said that man don't supposed to be alone. I'm going to create you a helpmeet, your woman. And if he created woman for the man not to be alone, well, for sure women don't supposed to be alone. That's a given. She's supposed to be partnered with the man. And I always tell people, you can function outside the natural order if you want to. But when you function in a natural order, things go a lot easier for you. Yeah, they got women that's single. They got women that work. They got women that do a lot of things. And how soon do they get burned out? Doing it all by themselves. Even if they are single moms, they get burnt out. Why? Why do they get burned out? Because it wasn't meant for them to be a single mom. It takes 2 people to have a child. 2. That means it takes 2 people to raise that child. That's why I always say, you say, what would happen if Trump loses or Harris in the U.S.? Don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not a prophet. I'm not nothing. I'm just a brother. We going to live it all together. But I'm a firm believer of don't have children till you get married. Once you're married, like this. Ladies, if he don't give you his last name, then don't have his child. And if she isn't worth your last name, fellas, then don't be impregnating her. Because our children are born in single parent households, and that's hurting our community. And when these immigrants come in, they coming in with family units. Family units go always blaze past people in single households. Always. That's a given. That's a given. I don't know nothing about no Russia. I don't know. You asking questions, like I said, you got to go ask your federal agencies that question. I don't know that question. I don't know. You say what you call the natural order of things will always alienate certain individuals within our communities. And certain government policies alienate me. Whatever truth you live in it. Don't matter what I say. But I'm just telling you what how things are. Bottom line. I trust the science. Like they said during the pandemic, trust the science, right? Trust the scriptures. I just see what works and what don't work. And what don't work is doing things outside of the natural way of doing things. You can do what you want to do. I ain't the one to live your life. But what I'm saying is what you see coming across that border is men and women families, a lot of them, and children. And that's why they're going to zoom ahead, because they already got two together and they're willing to work together. Something that we got to get back to doing, or we're going to get left behind. Because think about it. If you have a family being papered up by the government, they really going to pass you. Look at your most successful black people that you have. I'm talking about really successful. I ain't talking about the ones that got little coins. Really successful people. Most of them are married. Even if they get a divorce, they get remarried. They don't stay single. They stay married. You ever heard that scripture, fellas? He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. You don't get that favor by being a single man. You get that favor by being married. But that's a conversation of a different day. All right. Thank y'all for joining us on the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. That's very, very important. Also, like I said, we discussed earlier, you can download the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Now we have that back to school promotion, 50% off. In the pinned comment, look at the coupon code MyNews50, but you got to select the 1 year. 1 year is 50% off. So when you download it, hit create account, select 1 year and put in that coupon code where they have it at. You get 50% off for the year. And that'll be going on just for 30 days. That's the back to school promotion. So thank y'all for listening. Make sure to come back 7 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow here on the channel. I don't know what we streaming. Be honest with you, I found we was gonna stream maybe 40 minutes before the stream started. So that's how it is with me sometimes. Sometimes I know, sometimes I don't. So thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, make sure to go to the Phillip Scott podcast, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're giving an update to the West African immigrant nurse practitioner. What happened after that video went viral? A couple of